What if one day oxygen simply disappeared from the Earth for 5 seconds? At first, you might think, 5 seconds? That's nothing. I can hold my breath for longer than that. And you'd be right. Losing oxygen for 5 seconds wouldn't suffocate anyone, but oxygen does a lot more than just keep us breathing, and removing it, even for a moment, would be absolute chaos. The first thing we would notice is that it would suddenly become pitch dark, like everywhere. But how does that happen? Well, normally oxygen molecules scatter sunlight, making the sky blue. Without oxygen, nothing to scatter the light. It would look like someone just switched Earth to nighttime mode. Then, all fires would instantly go out. That might sound great at first. Wildfires, house fires, even the tiny flame on your stovetop? Gone. But so would every jet engine, car engine, and anything else that relies on combustion. It would be the quietest 5 seconds in human history. Alright, these are probably the things you would have thought of yourself. But would you have known that all metal surfaces that touch each other would immediately weld together? No? Well, I can't blame you for that. But what exactly does that mean, and why is it happening? So, normally metals have a thin layer of oxidation that prevents them from fusing on contact. Without that layer, any two pieces of metal touching each other would permanently bond. Doors would fuse to their frames, train tracks would lock up, and if you were wearing earrings, you might suddenly find them part of your ears. Now let's quickly take a look at what would happen to the human body. The very first thing you will feel is a loud and painful pop from both of your ears. The atmosphere is 21% oxygen, and removing that would cause a massive drop in air pressure, similar to suddenly being at the top of Mount Everest. Like, it wouldn't kill you, but it wouldn't be a pleasant experience either. I think you might have an earache for a few days afterwards. Oh, and one other thing. Without oxygen, all water would start to evaporate very quickly. As you may know, H2O molecules, which is water, consist partly of oxygen. If it disappears, only the gaseous part of the molecule remains. Simply put, this means that lakes and rivers would suddenly begin turning into gas. And then, after all that happening in just 5 seconds, the oxygen would return just as quickly as it vanished. Fires that had fuel would reignite. Engines would sputter back to life. Well, except for the planes that were already falling. Those pilots would have a very bad day. So it's probably safe to say that 5 seconds without oxygen wouldn't be a global extinction event. But it would most definitely be the weirdest 5 seconds on Earth in human history.